So, good morning, guys. It is 5 in the morning on Monday, October 11th, and I'll be discussing today's severe weather threat. And I know it's 5 a.m., but we actually have a tornado warning in this first line of storms. Actually, the first line of storms that will be moving into central Illinois here 11 noon, 1 o'clock today. And this clearing is actually pretty crucial behind this group of storms. I'll show you guys in a minute. But anyways, interesting, at 5 a.m., we got tornado warning southwest Missouri. And this first line will be setting the stage for today. So as you guys can see, this is just the HRRR average cloud cover. So you can see that opening behind this first group of storms here. I'll show you guys, just watch as that black area just continues into central Illinois by the afternoon. Here we go. It took me a minute. All right. Yeah, you see here's 2 o'clock. It kind of gets clouded up by that new initiation of the second line. But you see that axis of no clouds is where we're going to have the more unstable air pumping behind this first line of storms. It develops, it gets way ahead of the low pressure is actually still back here by then. This morning is kind of developed on the along the edge of the front or with the low pressure system, but it gets kind of way ahead. So this area of no clouds, it sets up the stage for the second line of storms that will develop in western Illinois about 1, 2, 3 o'clock this afternoon. And as you guys can see, this first arc of storms coming out of Missouri, this is 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. We see that first line of storms makes it into central Illinois by noon. I think there could be a couple warnings in this first line. Actually, the strongest wind shear is actually surprisingly away from the low pressure, kind of within this line. But because of very low Cape values, I don't think we're going to really get much. And with the second line of arc of cells that develops near the low pressure system, it'll probably have a little more, give a little more spin to the storms as well. So that's why the more tornado risk is probably closer to the low pressure system, the second arc of supercells that will develop this afternoon. So we will watch that continue. So we have, oh, why did it go back? Hold on. Here we go. All right, so you can see, I mean, there will be a few storms, kind of many discrete supercells in that first line, probably 11 or even 10 to 2 across central Illinois, but then this kind of takes over and these kind of all pretty much dissipate by 2, 3 o'clock, and this kind of takes over, and you guys can see, and I'll show you guys the NAM model, which is even more robust with this, so you guys can see here. So this is the NAM, the 3K NAM. And by this is 1 o'clock, it has this line initiated along the Mississippi River, even getting much more robust here. So we could be having a couple tornadoes going off here. At this time, this is 4 o'clock. So yeah, basically western and central Illinois today is the main. Nothing, I don't think the environment's not that prime for strong tornadoes, but I definitely think a few weak tornadoes, not even necessarily brief, but definitely some weak tornadoes could be possible today, if not likely. We got a very strong sheared environment. I'll show you guys that real quick. Problem is, like I said, the Cape values are not that low, but if we have this huge area of free air, NAM kind of has this first line of storms not doing much, having this huge area of free air by the afternoon. These can tap into that. The HRRR is more messy, so it doesn't have this huge line kind of form that looks really nice. So we can see this is the storm relative helicity. So this is basically wind shear. So we'll just click. This is at, I think, 3 p.m. this afternoon. So we can see that we got strong, all about this like 850 millibar wind. We got the very strong. We got the about southeast, about 20 to 25 miles per hour at the surface. We got this nice curved photograph. I would honestly like it to go more out in here, so we have more of this, but still got the southeast surface wind, south-southeast surface wind, and basically straight south, lower to mid-level winds, very strong out here, 60, 70 plus miles per hour here. Very strong wind shear, but like I said, that instability is fairly weak. As we can see, this is about as low as it gets, but this one has 760 for mixed layer. You want to have more like at least 1,000 for a good. That's why today's not such a heightened strong tornado event, but definitely some possible tornadoes are definitely possible for sure because of that strong sheared environment in place today with some minimal Cape in place, so the storms can build a little bit. So anyways, this is kind of what I'm thinking today. That black area for sure is going to be the strongest chance for any tornadoes today. But yeah, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. I'll have another update here around